Hey YCIS students, it's Mr. Hackman here, back again for our weekly CCDV assembly. And this week we're going to be looking at anxiety and some of the anxiousness that can occur as we're facing the challenges of this COVID, this fifth wave lockdown. Well, it's not really a lockdown, but we're working from home, we're doing school from home, and we've got all kinds of things shut in the city. Not full lockdown, but I think we're all kind of struggling with some of the challenges that this current period has put us all into. And so I wanted to address this issue of anxiety that can stem from this ongoing sense. You know, we're 2 years now into COVID, and everybody thought, it's funny, I got a Facebook memory that came up, and it was essentially from 2 years ago after we'd been in about a month of COVID and thinking, and the memory said, oh, we've been a month into this, it should be letting up anytime soon. And little did I know, 2 years later, we'd be in the middle of a fifth wave and talks of testing across the city and isolations and all kinds of issues that I think every one of us is hearing in the news and could get us feeling a bit discouraged, particularly if you're in one of the exam years and you've got a lot of things riding on the next few weeks and months. It can be really a challenging time and can produce a lot of anxiety in us. If you don't know what anxiety is the feeling of unease or worry or fear that can creep up in our lives at times. It can sometimes just be a little mild. Other times it can be quite severe and can incapacitate people. So I wanted to share with you some of the tools that I've learned that have helped me kind of get over anxiety when it starts to creep in, because I'm a naturally optimistic person. You always hear there's an adage in English called when a glass is half full or half empty, how do you refer to it? Is a glass that is half capacity, is it half full? Do you see things positively, or do you see it as half empty? Do you see it kind of negatively? Do you engage your surroundings and issues in your life with a spring in your step and optimism, or with kind of a feeling of dread and unease and worry of the uncertainty of what lays just beyond the horizon? Anyhow, so every one of us struggles with it, and I was thinking the other day, I'm normally that half full kind of guy, but even myself, Mr. Hackman, after 2 years, has started to feel like mild depression and anxiety at times, where I just get a little bit down, and I'm not used to that because it's not my normal disposition. So again, I wanted to share with you maybe just a few things that might be able to help you. First of all, you've noticed, maybe some of you when we were still on campus, that I've been limping a lot lately. And even though I've done a lot of long distance walking, and some of you that have been around as students for a while know the stories of my trips across Europe and across Spain. And it's taken a bit of a toll on my legs as I get older. And so that's added to my anxiety of not being able to do some of the things that I've enjoyed in the past. And so I'm preparing to get surgery in the not too distant future to fix my hip. And in the meantime, I've been given all these exercises to do to strengthen the hip, to stretch. And it's just interesting, as I've been doing these exercises daily, there's something about exercise, and I know you've heard it before, but I just want to encourage you with it again, that exercise has just an effect, such a positive effect on the brain. Even if you just take 5, 10, 15 minutes a day and go through a routine of stretches, of yoga perhaps, Pilates. There's a number of things that you can find on YouTube. You can find videos where you can do short routines. I've been doing some short stretching routines, and just adding that exercise into my daily routine in and amidst working from home all day, which can add to that mental head game, can really help. Another thing is just getting fresh air. I'm blessed to be able to have a balcony. I know not everyone has a balcony, but my wife, you can see, she does a lot of things that are holistic and holistic by meaning whole and healthy. And so she's created this little garden area, and even though it's quite small, I just find that it helps me, my mental game, just to come out, have a little bit of nature, a little bit of fresh air. Despite being confined and kind of in enclosed spaces for long periods of time, it's good to be able to get outside a bit. And I know not everybody has a balcony, but you can all go outside. You can all, open a window, get some fresh air. And we don't have a lockdown in the city, so go, obviously be socially distant, and you want to get out and experience a little bit of nature. The Bible speaks a lot about anxiety, probably because it's nothing new. It's not something that we're just experiencing for the first time in the 21st century. Anxiety has been around since the beginning of time, and thousands of years ago when the Bible was being written, people were still dealing with anxiety. They were still dealing with worry. They were still dealing with the stresses of life. And so there's a number of verses, but I wanted to share one with you because I thought it would be something that could encourage you. In Proverbs chapter 12, verses 25, the Bible says, "Anxiety weighs down the human heart, but a good word cheers it up." And I would just want to reinforce the power of positive speech. That your speech, that you're speaking positive things, both to others and to yourself. It's interesting today, I was a little bit frustrated with a work situation. I was having some tech issues. There are a number of things just were not going particularly well today. And I found myself getting irritated and frustrated. And a document that I'd been filling out, I lost some of the data on it. I lost a lot of time. And it was very, very frustrating. And it just added to some of the frustration that I think we're feeling, kind of, as I mentioned, being in these enclosed spaces. And one of the teachers, one of my fellow peers, called me up and just encouraged me, said it's going to be okay, don't worry about it. And it's interesting, even though I kind of know that myself, hearing it from another person made things so much better. So I want to challenge you today. How can you put this Bible verse into practice? Acknowledging that there's going to be anxiety, there's going to be unease, there's going to be worry at times. But how can we speak life into those around us in order to, as the Bible says, anxiety weighs down the human heart, but a good word cheers it up? How could you cheer up someone today? Wanted to leave you with that, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Wake News Hong Kong Today. World politics. Sports. K-World. Entertainment.
Thanks for tuning in. This is Wake News.